Hello everyone. Uh, Today I am, well, in the previous video I know I have recorded, the game I made, the recreation of Pong, which you saw how I did that with my Visual Studio and with the Unity engine. So that was last episode or video or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, today's video I have a different project. It's not necessarily a game, well, kind of, but not really like anything crazy or official. But it's just more like a more like a practice, or like a just like a practice, more just like a test type thing. But it's still interesting, regardless. But before I play the game, let me just go here to my Visual Studio. I want to show you guys my code. This is the code. Here's the code I made with Visual Studio. As you can see, it took like a couple of days to make it, and there's like a lot you have to do. 64 lines of code. Yeah, I mean, it did take a while. I mean, of course, there was a lot of errors that made and everything, but, I'm still learning and whatnot. So, not perfect, but you know what? At the end of the day, I did it, so that's great. But anyways, besides the code being right here, besides, seeing the code here in Visual Studio, let's actually go to Unity and let's play and show you how this little game works. So we're gonna go to Unity's engine, which obviously I'm in right now, and I just click the play button, and what's pretty much has happened is I will do it again because I kind of went a little fast before I got to explain it. But when I click the play button, the spear or the ball, or whatever you want to call it, falls on the square, it gets destroyed, and then it just says you win. And also you have this little platform, and you can move the cube, which it just fell to infinity. It just, because there's a little square platform, and then you can only really move, like, you can change the speed of the cube to, you can change the speed to anything you want, but I chose 10. It's the slowest, but you have to be careful, because if you're not, then it's gonna fall to infinity. So you gotta kind of move it slowly. Okay, you see I'm moving it, but like very slowly. I can move it on this platform, and it also says you win, because what this is exactly what it's supposed to represent, or at least what this project is supposed to represent and teach you is like how in video games, like how you how like when enemies get destroyed, like, or for example, how like when Super Mario like jumps on the Goombas, or like the Koopa Troopas or whatever, like they get destroyed and then they disappear. This is basically what this test is basically that the circle or the spear falls on the cube, and then it gets destroyed, basically representing an enemy getting destroyed in a video game. So it's a very simple project, but at least it's like, of course I'm newer to this, but at least it kind of like taught me that. And then it says you win, and yeah, so the spear falls on the cube, and then it does it, and it's basically representing enemies destroyed. Now it says I won, and I can move the cube a little bit. I chose 10 speed. It's a little funny project. It kind of just, it may just look kind of stupid, but like I said, it's not really supposed to be anything official. It's just more for fun, or more like a test or practice. But look. But it's funny as heck. Like, look at this. Like, I moved the cube on the little platform, and I was just like, I just move some more. It just falls. Look at that. Infinity. And you can even see it too. Like, look, it's increasing. Like, this is infinite amount of floor that we're not even gonna see. You can't even see it, but this is showing us like how far deep in the void. So that, rest in peace to that poor cube. It's done for. All right, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye.